Hypothesis testing is one of the two common forms of statistical inference. In this video, I will discuss some of the terms that form the basis of statistical inference. The general goal of a hypothesis test is to rule out chance as a plausible explanation for the results from a research study. Hypothesis testing is a technique to help determine whether a specific treatment has an effect on the individuals in a population. The hypothesis test is used to evaluate the results from a research study in which a sample is selected from the population. The treatment is administered to the sample, and after treatment, the individuals in the sample are measured. In statistics, a hypothesis is a statement that makes a claim about the parameters of one or more populations. Hypothesis testing is the formal process by which a hypothesis is retained or rejected. A null hypothesis, denoted H0, is a statement assumed to be true unless sufficient data indicates otherwise. In contrast, an alternative hypothesis, denoted H sub A, is a statement that contradicts H0. A test statistic is a value calculated from sample data during hypothesis testing that measures the degree of agreement between the sample data and the null hypothesis. A statistically significant result differs enough from a null hypothesis that a conclusion can be inferred about the population. In hypothesis testing, the probability of obtaining a result that is an extreme or more extreme than the data if the null hypothesis were true is known as the p-value. The p-value of a result is determined from the test statistic. If the p-value is less than a specified significance level, denoted by alpha, then two possibilities exist. The null hypothesis is true and the observed data is relatively unusual with a sample statistic that is extreme simply due to chance. The null hypothesis is false and the alternative hypothesis provides a more reasonable explanation for the population parameter. In most fields, alpha is equals to 0.05 is used most often as the significance level for hypothesis testing. Thus, the probability that a result with an extreme deviation from the null hypothesis is due to chance must be 5% or less for the results to be considered statistically significant. The following are the basic steps of performing a hypothesis test. Specify the null hypothesis and the alternative hypothesis. Specify the significance level. Collect the data. Calculate the test statistic and the corresponding p-value. Compare the p-value with the significance level. Determine whether to reject or fail to reject the null hypothesis. That's it for now. In the next video, we'll be going through one sample hypothesis test for population means.